Phil, thanks for joining us today on the eve of the World Championship.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting days.
I didn't realise it started tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's so quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
How strange. Time flies now.
Do you miss these exciting days as a player?
I miss competing in the World Championships. Yeah, of course I do, in Blackpool and places like that. But it was the getting ready for it, you know what I mean? Or playing in all the tournaments to qualify. The hardest part is qualifying, because you have to play in all your Wiggins and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not healthy enough now. My hip's gone, so I've got to go have a new hip next year. So, but I just couldn't do it anymore. It's killing me.
I think the fans would like to know sort of how you're getting on in life away from darts.
Oh, I'm fine in my life. It's good, yeah, everything's fine. Family are good. Exhibition work, personal appearances. We're still doing like the arenas, you know, and that kind of thing. It's really, I've enjoyed it, but not as much travelling now. I mean, the travelling is a killer. You know, when everybody says that what you're looking forward to, it's not travelling. That's the worst part.
And has there ever been a point in the last 2 years where you thought maybe I could give this another go?
I thought about entering the UK Open, but the schedule, it's going to be tough for me to enter the qualifiers. And I thought about doing it, but no, I won't have time this year.
So we can put to bed any Q School rumours?
No, I shan't be doing it.
And looking ahead to the World Championship, which players will you be enjoying watching the most?
The two what have impressed me the most, well, I can't think it for everybody, but I played him in challenge matches as Michael. I played him twice last week, and he played absolutely brilliant. His confidence, his ability is right there at the minute. And then the other one was Gerwyn Price, who played absolutely brilliant. And he's solid, he's confident, and he's fit. So that's one thing now. Of any player who's looking at dart players now, there's your example. That's what you've got to do. You've got to get out there and put the effort in and get yourself fit, because you can't compete. And if it's like 13 sets in the final or 15 sets, whatever it is, that lad's got the energy to do it.
I've heard you speak highly of him a few times.
Yeah.
Do you think he's sort of...
I like him. I mean, sometimes his antics are a little bit over the top sometimes. It makes me chuckle a little bit, because I do watch his games. But he's no different than other players. No different than Michael or Kim Ibrits or Adrian. You know, they're all doing it. So what's the difference?
And do you think he brings something fresh to the sport?
I do, yeah. People now are talking about him, which is a good thing. Whether they talk about him in a good way or a bad way, it doesn't really matter. But they're still talking about Gerwyn Price. So he's getting a name for himself now. You know, he's recognisable.
I remember you played him, I think it was a match play a few years ago, and you gave him a bit of a hiding. But
I've found it quite funny. Yeah, because he did it and then thought, oh, but he didn't back it up. You know, he won the first leg and then he just seemed to drop his head after that. But now he isn't. Now he's doing it, and the crowd got at him a little bit. It upset him. You know, I said to him, it's all right doing it. You've got to keep it up now, and you've got to get, you know, the crowd keep booing you. It does your head in, and it will upset you. But then you've got to get used to it. You know, you've set your bar. Now you've got to live with it. But now he seems to take it in his stride, and because he's winning, the fans are getting behind him. So that's how you turn them. I said, you have to turn the fans by playing well. They've paid the money. They want to watch a good game. And he is. He's playing brilliant.
There's no one better to ask this question to. What makes a world champion sort of mentally and also in the actual darts?
What makes you a world champion? Ability. You've got to have an ability from the very start. And then, you know, there's an old saying that hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard. So you've got to work hard. You've got to put the effort in. You've got to do the hours. But you've also got to know how many hours suits you, because you can over practice. You know, you'll have 60 players in the World Championship who will practice too much, and they'll go there and they'll be tired, especially after first, second rounds, not sleeping properly, where really you've got to learn how to practice, how much you need, and then you rest. You know, your rest now is just as important as your practice. Don't be going out with your mates, you know what I mean, nightclub and eating out that. Concentrate on the World Championship. You have to live a boring life.
And the winning double to win the title, is that any different to any double in your head?
Sometimes I have been nervous. Sometimes when they're on a double and you're on, say, 117 or something, and you got one dart left, that's a bit shaky. But if you can score heavy, and then you know you look at the score and you think, I've got 5 darts at this at least, then you can do it and relax then. And that's the one when you bang straight in.
Sure. And just finally, if you had to pick one name to win this title, who would it be?
One name, Michael. Yeah, I would.
Too consistent.
It's a 50-50 with Gerwyn Price.
You think that'd be the final then?
I would love to see him win it. I'd love to see Barney get to the final against Gerwyn Price. or Michael. I'd love him to get to the final, but it'll be difficult for him.
And just a quick word on Raymond. You've been practicing with him today.
Yeah.
How's he looking?
He's good. He's in a good place. He's got a big smile on his face, which I haven't seen that in a few years. Which he's dangerous. He can do it. As he said, it's his age and his eyesight and things like that where it gets to you now. You know what I mean? Your consistency. He says, I can play great for 2 games and I play rubbish. Well, you do. But it's knowing how to get yourself ready for that 3rd round and concentrate on the 3rd round. It's only concentration. That's all it is. But he seems good. His setup's good. You know, his starts are good. So hopefully he'll play proper.
And could it suit him playing a game one day and then a few days rest?
Yes. Yeah, that'll suit Raymond down to the ground that well, by playing on a Monday and then playing on the Friday, say. It's great when you're older. It's when it gets closer to the final, when you're playing every day, that's when it becomes hard work.
And playing in your last World Championship, obviously you got to the final, so your last walk-on, we knew it was your last walk-on. But in the walk-ons before that, will Raymond be thinking, could this be my last one, and will that play in his mind a bit? Did it play in yours?
I hope not, because the only advice I give him really is go into it as if it's your first World Championship. Forget you're retiring, because you're not really retiring anyway, because you're going to be working with me next year. You're doing loads of challenge matches next year. So forget about retirement, because you're not. And just go out there and go for win it. Play to win.